So I realized it's been a really long time since I did a video of my frog room. I went through a big reduction of my collection over the last, I don't know, 6-8 months since Hurricane Irma swept through Florida and shook our world. So I decided to kind of narrow my collection down to my all-time favorites. After keeping over, I don't know, 30 different kinds of dart frogs, at least 30, maybe up to 40 or so, I realized that it was definitely time to narrow down to my favorites, and now that I was able to identify what those were, those are the ones that I kept. So now I have 3 racks of dart frogs. This is my main one. This is the big one. And then I have this one. I'm still working on it. Those 3 tanks in that corner are going to become one big one. So my goal has been to reduce to my all-time favorite species, but also give them more space. So I want to have few species of dart frogs, but make sure that all of them have, you know, big enclosures rather than having a lot of little enclosures with many different kinds. So I'd rather honor the ones that I have than have a lot. And then here's rack number 3, which of course is Vietnamese Mossies on the top, but hey, well, they live with the darts now, or have always anyway. So I wanted to go through and show you guys what I kept. I keep being asked if I have anything for sale. I don't right now, but this is what I have left. My friend Jessie came this past, what was it, 2 days ago? And we cleaned up all the tanks, we cleaned all the glass, we trimmed a bunch of the tanks. Not all of them, holy cow, but we were able to plant a huge enclosure with a lot of the trimmings, and she took some home, and it was really good overall. I really enjoy having a variety of plants in all of my enclosures, because then when they grow out, I'm able to trim them and etc. All right, so let's see if these guys are out. Nah, they're not out. But anyway, so this is a pair of reticulata. They're a breeding pair. I love them. They're in an 18 by 24. And they use all of it. Super happy. These are my Vanzellinis. Super cute. Super cute. There's about 5 of them in here. Oh, there's another one. Sup, dudes? Let's see if I can find another one. They kind of really love that bromeliad. And they're loving the leaf litter too. We put fresh leaf litter also. So that was really nice. So I'm pretty much going to keep all of my Rhinitimeas in 18 by 24s. Even if it's just a pair, even if they're really small frogs, they actually use all of the space. And I really enjoy watching them enjoy it. And then I don't really feel so bad about, you know, having them in a glass cage. And here is a Purple Atelopus. Oh, I can't see him though. It's kind of hit or miss. That's okay. Here we got another pair of reticulatas. They were out yesterday. They were hopping everywhere. Don't see them today though. Then I got a new river pair. Oh, and here they are. Wow, they're so beautiful. Hey guys. Got the female in the back, male in the front. Love these guys. And I love their enclosure too. I give my tanks more of a floor space than height. I mean, they would probably go a little higher, but they're on the ground anyway. They love it. They have a lot of floor space to play with. And I particularly love these tanks. They're my favorite tanks of tanks. Here I have my Bronzeratus pair. Hey, dude. That's the male. Here's the female right here. She's always right in the front. Super cute. These were some of my first dart frogs. They're probably about 6 years old right now, at least. And I love them. And then here I have, oh my god, he's there. He's there. Oh wait, I'm not gonna open it or he'll run away. There we go. Do you see him? There he is. Okay, so that is a green sip baby. His parents, I believe it was his dad that died, so I was left with just the female. So I went and sold her to a really good home, and I kept the baby, so grown him out. So now he's got this whole penthouse suite to himself, and clearly he's doing okay. He's chilling, a little skittish. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with him, but I'm enjoying kind of raising him up right now. Here are my red galax. Oh, I really can see some action up there. So I think I have 6 of them in here. I think it was 6, maybe it was 5, I don't remember. Oy vey. Excuse you. Let's see if I can see any more. They're always up on that back log. I know that I've shown them in previous videos, but there was one sitting here earlier. Anyway, this is where they live. I really like this enclosure. It's beautiful. I want to put them in a taller one soon in the future, but right now is not the time. I'm still trying to get my house together. This is empty, but I'm going to clear it out, set it up for bumblebee toads, because they live in this little enclosure right now, and even though they're fun, you can kind of see them there. And here's another. They enjoy this, but I want to give them bigger space, so they'll like that a lot. This is an orange syrensis female that I still have, which I never see her, but I'm hoping that somebody has a group of them that I can fit her into. And this is empty, but it's so beautiful. Check out this plant. Excuse me. Okay, look at this. Wow, this is beautiful. I don't know what this flower is called. Don't know what this plant is called. I mean, but it took over this enclosure, and I'm literally keeping it just because I love it and I want clippings of this plant. Look at this flower. Then we got another one coming out here. Ooh, a couple more out here. Oh, I love it. And the leaves are real beautiful. They're kind of fuzzy. And I like how they get real big, but they can also be small. Like, this is ideal for some kind of Rhinitame or Pumilio enclosure, just because it gives a lot of, it fills in all of that empty space and provides living area, essentially. Oh my God, look at my Atelopus. They're all together. Okay, so these are Leopard Atelopus. They are absolutely stunning. So the one in the back is very yellow. The one on the left is very orange. And then the one in the right is kind of a yellow-orange. So these are one of my favorite groups. I kind of debated selling them or not, but I realized that these were, they're some of the frogs that give me the most joy in my entire collection. Their call is my absolute favorite call in the universe. And you see how they're arboreal? So I have layers in this tank. So we got the leaf litter on the bottom. We have some plants that are kind of down here. And then we got all this going on up here, which I will trim eventually. But look at where they are. Like, I don't want to remove a lot of this, because this is the elevation at which they live in their enclosure. I pretty much never see them lower than this. So I love them. Let's zoom in a little bit. What you guys doing? What's up, guys? They're so neat. Atelopus, they have the same care as dart frogs, but they are actually toads from Suriname, and they usually live. Oh my God, look at them walking. They don't walk like dart frogs do. They have this like really neat spidery like walk, which I love. Oh my God, look at them. I love it. Oh my God. Oh my God, where's he going? Okay. Oh, I could sit here and watch them literally all day. And look at their patterns. They just have the most fantastic patterns on them. They move very slow, but man, they're amazing. They're amazing. Atelopus have been incredibly difficult to breed in captivity, so there's a lot of efforts going on right now nationwide, probably further out than that also, to kind of preserve the species, because they're usually found in very remote areas. There's little information on them. They're just kind of a very obscure kind of niche in the hobby. But keeping them, they're pretty hardy and fantastic. I mean, just from that little, oh my god, he's moving again. I just don't even want to move. Look at this. This is amazing. They're not always together, but they're always here, but they're not always together in that little group. So that was a really beautiful thing to see. And then down here, we have striped reticulatus. Oh, there's one. Bam. Look at that little guy. So, as you can see, reticulatus are my absolute favorite dart frog, which is why I have 1, 2, 3 enclosures of them. I love them. They're amazing. They're notoriously really shy, but I find them to be not so shy. Mine are pretty out and about and kind of fearless, so I enjoy them. And so I decided to keep all of my reticulata. I don't have the heart to sell any of them yet. And these are my mints. These are my mint terribilis. This is a 36 long, 24 high enclosure. I have 4 adult mints in here. So this is about the max that I would put. Excuse me, Bolt. What are you doing? You're gonna lick a dart frog, you weirdo? That's not how it works, buddy. Yes, hold on. I'll get to you in a second, okay? Yes. Oh my god, 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 puppies. Excuse me, hi. Alright, so we got one over here who, if you notice, Bolt just stuck his nose in his face and nobody cared. We got these guys here. Not that my dogs eat frogs. They've never done that before. And they've had plenty of unfortunate circumstance possibilities to do it, but they never have. Oh, looks like we got a big female in the back. And this could actually be the pair that laid these eggs here. Holy mother lord. Oh my gosh, do you see this? Now, they haven't yet produced any viable eggs, so I'm still kind of waiting for that. But how many is this? What do we have? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 30, 34, 40. Holy mother. Okay, well, that's where they lay. I created this little cork hide for them, so instead of giving them a coconut hut, I just put this little thing here. Oh, and there's number 4. So I ran out of petri dishes, so I've been using deli cup lids, and hey, they work just the same, so they love it. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the female, that's the male, and they're the ones that laid these eggs, which is pretty neat. I like how they're together. Then we got a 4th one back there. This is the first one we saw here. Tired puppies waiting on me. Haha. And then this plant, check this out. This is what I was saying earlier about having plants and then being able to like remove clippings. So this was like one mother plant, right? And it's pretty high, kind of blocks a little bit of the light there. But they enjoy being under it. Now there's layers here. We got the bottom layer. I put wood, so I create like a middle layer here. Goes all the way up there. The background is very 3D, so they have all kinds of places here where they can climb up, go a little higher, go a little higher. Over down here, there's like a little cave in that wood here. And then the plants. So you see, this is a little offshoot. That one also, and this one also. So from this mother plant, and I actually took 2 out already. These were the ones that I decided to keep in here because I enjoy the dimension that they provide here. Look at this beautiful. Holy cow, that is amazing. That is bigger than my hand. I love it. And they do too, clearly. So these guys are definitely a jewel in my collection, or any collection, actually. They're super bold, super hardy. The only downside, if you will, is that they do need a lot of space. So I wouldn't keep mints in any less than this space. But if you're going to keep them, then keep a group of them. You know what I mean? They are big, and they're bold, and they're hardy, and they actually use all of this space. You can see how those are there, those are there, those are there. Oftentimes I will see all 4 of them huddled up in this wood, but I particularly love them because they're super visible. Super visible. So these are all of my favorites that are left. Now this is going to be reduced to 1 big tank. I'm not really sure what I'm going to keep in it yet, so I'm giving myself a little room to play, just a little bit. And those bumblebee toads are going to go on this, probably over here. And then I'm going to put that green sip up there. And then this rack will be complete, and then this rack will be complete. And then we have this rack here with, let's start down here. We have the Southern Variabilis. Love these guys. They were some of my first frogs also. Got one down there. Oh, we got one up there. It's looking a little bare right now, but I'm just gonna buy some bromeliads, put a little wood in the back. These are all trimmings from oh my god, there's the other 2. Look, there's one back there, one right here. We got all 4 of them out. Southern Variabilis are fantastic, and that is why I kept them. Super bold, always out, and they're also in an 18 by 24. And as you can see, they're literally in every corner. Bottom, 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 all the way in the top. Like, they're using everything. It's fantastic. Now we got these guys. These are my Azurias. I remember I did a video on this when I set it up. And this is how it's grown in. It was a while ago. Was it maybe a year ago? I don't really remember. Maybe a little less than a year. But check him out. You can see 1, 2, 3. Number 4 is not far away. He'll probably pop up in the time that I'm sitting here watching them. And this is also a great example. You can see them using the bottom and the top. And this is what I like about wood and adding dimension. They're clearly using all of it. Let's find number 4. I know you're not far. Oh well. I don't want to go bothering them. Hey, beautiful. So excuse me, too close. Okay. And last but not least, we have the Vietnamese mossy frogs. These guys are crazy. Here's some eggs that have molded over. But holy cow, we don't need any more. What's down here? There's a little tadpole down there. We have so many. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up there. 6. Let's see if we have any nearby here. Oh, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, we had 12, 13. That one's on his head. 13. Oh god, those are so big. Those are babies. Oh, another one. I forgot how many I was at. 11? I don't remember. But anyway, there's a ton of them. Oh, there's another one under there that I didn't see. Look at them all here. Boop. They're all over. And these are the ones that are out of the water. Like, forget. Oh, there's another one back there. Forget all the ones that are still inside the water, which probably all of the adults are because they're kind of shy, so they do that. But anyway, so this is the enclosure. I gave them a 36 long, 36 tall, 18 wide Exoterra. I originally had 4 adults in here, and then they multiplied, and oh my gosh, so now you can see all of the babies, the little ones, the big ones, they're all together, they're communal. They're absolutely fantastic. Actually, these are some of the most enjoyable frogs I have ever kept, which is kind of a big deal for me to say that, you know, but man, I love them. I love them, and I also toyed with selling them, but like, I need them in my life. They're so great. They're so great. And we got a bunch of tadpoles down here. There's one right there. You can see that tadpole there. We got a ton of tadpoles, froglets coming out of the water. Oh, we got one little guy on the move over there. So yeah, these guys are great. Vietnamese mossy frogs from Vietnam. They live in the rainforest swamps, and clearly this is kind of mimicking that. We got water all on the bottom, but you see they go all the way from up top to the middle to the water. So they're using literally the whole thing. And at night, when everybody wakes up, it is quite a sight. They're nocturnal. So as soon as the lights go off, they wake up and they start calling. And but at night, or in the daytime, you can see how they're all out and sleeping, so you can still enjoy them both. Some people do backwards lighting, so during the day it'll be dark, and then at night they give them daytime lights so that they're awake in the daytime. I don't do that myself, but it's a nice idea. But anyway, so I just wanted to kind of show you guys where I am, what the room is looking like. I removed that rack there, so I'm actually going to redo this because it's part of my kitchen area, which is over here, and it's a mess. So I'm going to redo that whole thing, which is for my kitchen though, so that I can, you know, have a life like a human being again. And I removed the rack that was to the right of this, but it is also a mess. So I'm clearly slowly going through the house and the motions of stabilizing everything, but I'm first trying to make sure that everything that I did keep is in good condition, and etc., etc. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Bye. Happy frogging.